friends, welcome back to Elevate to Grow. My name is Debbie and I am your host. Today we will be diving into a question: can the church be a healing space for sinners? Now, before you click away thinking this is just another Sunday sermon, you might want to stick around. Let's be honest, some folks walk into church hoping for healing and end up getting side-eyed harder than someone bringing store-bought potato salad to a church cookout. But seriously, can the church be a place where people who have messed up, aka all of us, find healing instead of guilt, find grace instead of gossip, find a hug instead of a 15-minute passive-aggressive sermon? Let's be honest, church hurt is a reality. Many of us, including myself, carry scars and wounds, not from the world, but from within the walls of a church. Many years ago, I discovered a nationwide Cluster B religious occult that was based out of a church. This religious occult was created during the 60s. The religious leaders and members were true demon disciples working for their father, the devil. They were bold false prophets who relied heavily on the prosperity gospel to use and abuse God's people. And they used the black and white liberation gospel, which put race first, not the gospel according to Jesus, and which has a framework of two different Christianities that are not lined up with the scriptures. This discovery was painful for me, because if there's any place that should feel safe, it's a place where you will find crosses, church choirs, Bibles, religious leaders, and complimentary mints in the hallway, and that's the church. So what does the scripture say about this? Jesus knew church people could be a problem. In Matthew chapter 23, verse 27, Jesus goes after the religious leaders of his time, like full beast mode. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs. Jesus said, you look good on the outside, but inside you're like a haunted graveyard. If you've ever felt hurt by church folks acting holy on Sunday and being evil and messy by Monday, you are not crazy, because Jesus saw it too. The church isn't a museum for saints. It's supposed to be a hospital for the broken. Many people view church as a place of judgment where only the righteous are welcome. But what if the church were a place where sinners could find healing and restoration? Many view the church as healing space for those who feel broken and lost. It is possible for the church to be a place of refuge and recovery for sinners. For a long time, the church has been seen as a sanctuary for those seeking support, help, comfort, forgiveness, and healing. It's a place where people can find compassion, guidance, and a sense of community. Many people view the church as a refuge from the storms of life, a haven where they can find peace and tranquility. But let's be honest, not everyone feels welcome in church. Some of us, including myself, may have had experiences that make us feel like we don't quite fit in, like we're somehow less deserving of love, support, and acceptance. We might feel judged, or like we're being sized up by others. I think we've all been there at some point or another, wondering if we truly belong. The thing is, churches are made up of people, and all people have flaws. We can be quick to judge, quick to assume, and quick to make others feel like they don't measure up. But that's not what the church is supposed to be about. Don't be fooled. The church is supposed to be a place of love, acceptance, and healing. So what happens when we do feel like sinners, like we messed up in some way? Can we really find healing and acceptance in the church? Or are we just going to be met with more negative reactions, judgment, and criticisms? Growing up in the church, I have seen people's lives become a blessing from their devotion to the church. They've shared their struggles, their fears, their doubts, and instead of being shunned, they were met with love, compassion, and understanding. These stories give me hope that church can indeed be a healing space for sinners. There are churches out here that are actively working to create a place of acceptance and love. They're recognizing that we are all broken, we all have flaws, and we are all in need of healing. They're creating spaces where people can come and be themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. One story that stands out to me is a woman who was struggling with addiction for years. She felt like she hit rock bottom, and she didn't know where to turn to. She walked into her church, expecting to be judged, but instead she was met with open arms. The people there listened to her, they prayed with her, and they supported her on her journey towards healing. The church can be a powerful motivation for transformation. When we're willing to be vulnerable, to be open, and to be honest about our struggles, that's when the real healing can begin. And I believe that's what the church is supposed to be all about. In conclusion, while it's true that not every church is a healing space for sinners, many churches out here do have false prophets and false teachers that are representing Satan and Satan's kingdom of darkness. But on the other hand, I believe that many churches are working towards being a place for sinners to go to. They're working to create a lifestyle of love, acceptance, and compassion, and that's something to be celebrated. So is the church the haven sinners need? A real church that is in support of the ministry of Jesus Christ will be a haven for sinners to go to. But one thing for sure, if you walk in feeling like a sinner, and walk out feeling like a champion, then that's a win. Remember, whether you're saved or searching, God's grace is free. Until next time, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share my videos, and like this video. So, is church the safe haven for sinners? Well, if you ever go into church feeling broken and defeated and left with a casserole and a hug, you might have just found your answer. Until next time, my sisters, my brothers, and my friends, keep the faith and keep your head up. And don't stop reaching for the stars while elevating for growth.